And I'm telling you, when this season's over, all the mics are going. Mike Zimmer, Mike McCarthy, Mike Epps, Michael Myers, Michael Imperioli, Jersey Mikes, Mike and Ikes. All the mics are going. They're going, bro. You're not a part of the long-term plans of this team because you're still running a playbook from the 2000 season with the Saints, your future team and former team. You're gone. You're gone. It's over.
You go, boy.
Whoa. Hey, this a vibe, nigga. Whoa. Woo. Secure the bag. I need more. Hey, 3P, Jordan. Whoa. Woo. I can't keep it on a low. This a whole vibe. I don't need a plug, no cosign. Thinking out loud, that's a gold mine. Mask on, yeah, COVID-19. Baby mama, yeah, looking like Rihanna. Rest in peace to George, rest in peace Brianna. Still kicking like Van Damme with my niggas in Amsterdam.
Do not adjust your TV sets. The band is back together. Sports talk. A lot to talk about. NFL trade frenzy, Cowboys, Giants, Chiefs, Yankees failures. So much. Thanks for tuning in. We're right here at the U-Goboy podcast. Yahtzee. I just want Kevin Nash's. I want 50 of them. I want 50 of them because of the band.
The band is back together.
One more.
The band is back together.
It's your boy, U-Goboy. I like Flavor Flav right there. And do not adjust your TV sets. It's Sports Talk. So there's Mongo. Yes, and we are not. It's not just the two of us. It's not just Sports Talk Special Edition. We got the best hair in podcasting. We got Jason Enrique. Iglesias, he's here. And, of course, last but not least, the Sizzle One has returned.
We here.
Love you, dog. Love you guys. Thanks for pulling up.
Thanks for
pulling up. This is episode 56, I believe, of the U-Goboy podcast, live from Bravery Studios in lovely Garfield, New Jersey. Today's election day, and we all voted, and we're just going to leave it right there. This is not one of those type of podcasts. We got Steve on the board. Keep those Ric Flairs going. Keep them going. Before we start, round of applause for all the subscribers across all the platforms, across all the channels. Thanks for blowing up the pod. All the shorts too, all the Instagram reels that went viral for no reason. Me talking about Dak Prescott and talking about the Jets and talking about Adams and his dreadlocks. Who knows? But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for pulling up. But fellas, how's everybody doing? Mongo, how are you doing?
Doing great.
Jets doing Jets things?
Jets making mistakes. Wins are bad, losses are bad. It doesn't matter. It's just bad. It's a bad time to be a Jets fan.
It's okay.
How's everyone else doing?
Yeah.
Let's go Knicks! Let's go Cowboys!
There you go. Sizzle, how you doing down there, man?
I'm maintaining.
Yo, Sizzle's fresh out of therapy. Fresh out of there. Man. We got the same therapist.
I got charged twice.
Charged to the game. Oh my God.
Man.
Yeah, me and Sizzle got the same NFC East therapist. Yeah. You know, for the record.
You know what the wild thing is?
Yeah.
I was Team Panthers. You know, in the offseason.
Yeah, you were. How's that working out?
You're obviously a Cowboy fan, Jet fan, Giant fan. Mm-hmm. I might argue I had the best weekend of the four of us.
I think so.
That's how you know there's a problem.
I think so.
I have a problem with that, though,
I
because
think
Kirk
so.
Cousins is not on the Panthers.
Ooh. No.
Okay, that's
He's not. And Drake May isn't on whatever. I don't know.
He's not on ayahuasca, which brings us right back to the Jets.
Clearly. But fellas, let's kick things off. Before we get to the failures of our respective teams,
of our lives,
as well as the Yankees as well.
I chose his life.
We're gonna. By the way, it's this is vodka, clear vodka in all of these bottles.
That's how we used to do it in high school.
That's what we're doing. But let's kick things off with the NFL trade season. Man, a lot of trades. a lot of trades. Let's get Marv is somewhere in the back. Yeah, I mean, we're superimposed his face. We got Steve on the boards. So the Lions get Zadarius Smith to fill in for Aiden Hutchinson, who's out for the year. The Chiefs, of course, get DeAndre Hopkins for a 5th-round pick and a bag of Cheetos, for goodness sake. And he looked pretty good on Monday Night Football.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's still him. The Commanders, what a disaster.
Hey, let me get a darn money.
The Commanders got Marshawn Lattimore for a 3rd-round pick, I believe, and I think a 4th as well. So looks like the Commanders are going for it this year. The Steelers get Mike Williams, former Jet.
Correction, Aaron Rodgers got rid of Mike Williams.
There it is. Yeah, that's correct.
Definitely. He was just trying to throw to the red line, whatever the hell that means. It's an ayahuasca term. Clearly.
Stephon Gilmore kills us once again.
But the Steelers not only get Mike Williams, they also get Preston Smith from the Packers, so they get some pass rush help. And the Cowboys stole the show. They got Jonathan Mingo.
How about that, Cowboys?
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere, Jimmy Johnson is really proud.
No, Jimmy Johnson is in Florida laughing at this foolishness. That's what he's doing. Occasionally in L.A. on the Fox set. But guys,
jangling his rings.
Oh yeah.
We have to teach you this lesson, old man.
SpongeBob for the win. Fellas, which one of these trades stands out to you as like a major win? And also on here, Ravens, they got Deontay Johnson. Which one?
That's true.
Which one of these trades really gets the blood pressure boiling for you guys? Pumping.
I think if we start off the Zadarius trade when he left Cleveland to replace Aiden Hutchinson, Detroit is rolling right now, so they got to keep the momentum going. I really think that they are the top team in the NFC.
Facts. Big facts.
On offense and defense. So that motor keeps rolling in Motor City. That's what it is.
Big facts. I think they're 7-1 for the first time since 1956.
Right.
Round of applause for Detroit Lions.
Yes.
The Fighting Dan Campbells. The Fighting Dan Campbells. We coined that phrase about 2 seasons ago. I guess we were right. So yeah, the Lions are rolling.
My kneecap is still healing.
They're biting kneecaps, faces, necks. Just the purge over there in freaking Detroit. That's for sure. So Jason, what trade really stands out to you?
For me, it's definitely the it's 2 actually. It's definitely the Lions because they already seem to be stacked and they're missing their star pass rusher and they just replaced him with another one that's not in the level of Aiden Hutchinson, but he's still
he gonna get the job done.
Still very serviceable. Still very serviceable. And then of course Kansas City. They get another one. I think they should be the Avengers at this point.
Another one.
Yes.
Another one. The Kansas City Cowards.
Yes. I just say that I'm just not surprised. I mean, it seems I feel like LeBron is kind of actually running the Kansas City Chiefs because he just brings in all of his friends and to come to play.
Pretty much. Mongo, you'll take it on home. Let me get mine in real quick.
Sure.
I want to go with. The Commanders getting Marshawn Lattimore.
That's pretty good.
Is a slam dunk and a half.
It's a mess over there in New Orleans.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fire sale. And don't worry, Mike McCarthy will be coaching there next year because they'll have a vacancy. He used to coach there actually. He was the OC back in 2000.
That's right.
I looked it up.
He would be an upgrade over Dennis Allen. Just saying.
Yeah. A little homecoming there. But yeah, them getting Lattimore. The Commanders' defense is still a work in progress. That part is still being rebuilt, but I like that Dan Quinn is. He's doing what he did in Atlanta. He's building a culture, a brotherhood of guys that are bought in, and they're forcing turnovers and they're playing at a high level. So why not get an All-Pro corner to add to what you guys have? Understanding that the defense right now is their Achilles heel, and I think that'll be the reason why they won't go super far. Why this will be a stepping stone year for them, a big stepping stone year for them. But why not just add another piece?
Right.
So,
and round of applause to Dez's favorite quarterback in the draft, Aiden Daniels.
Oh yeah. You just I saw the clip from Hard Knocks when Brian Dable was talking to him in the office. He's like, "Do you want to be here?" And he's just like, "Yeah." That was a savage for Daniels. He's just like savage. I mean, I guess.
Look, that's Tommy Cutler's fault. That's what that is. That's why he's not in New York. But anyway, we move on.
We'll keep it going. But the Lattimore trade, and I'm with you too. The Hopkins trade. I mean, that's a given, man. He's still got a lot of tread left in the tire. He's still playing at a high level. And again, they got him for a 5th.
Right.
Like a 5th round pick. I mean, Amari Cooper went for more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think the two, I would actually I'd take Hopkins over Cooper. And I love Cooper. Cooper's one of my favorite receivers, but Hopkins is still, to me, he's still a borderline top 10 receiver. Yeah.
Especially when healthy, because that's been the Achilles heel, literally and figuratively, for Amari Cooper. He's a talented wide receiver. Definitely number one. It's just another injury.
He's hurt now. I got him in fantasy. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And,
it's rigged, don't you know?
It's totally. Mongo, what trade stands out to you?
You went before me because you knew you had to get to it before I did. Yeah, it's the Commanders for me too. And obviously, I'm assuming we're going to hear about the Cowboys at some point on this.
It's coming. It's coming. You got to build it up. It's plot development.
But what you could say about the Cowboys right now, if you're looking for any ray of sunshine, it's the Eagles somehow have a worse coach. The Giants have the worst quarterback in football. And the one thing you could say about the Commanders is, the Cowboys have 3 household names on defense. The Commanders, you couldn't actually name a player on their defense. Well, guess what? That changes.
Facts.
This is about clout. This is about collateral on that defense. And you now have somebody who, can actually strike some fear. And I think this is a great move for a trending in the right direction Commander team, and I think that's easily the best move of this trade deadline.
Like the video. We're live at Breaker Studios. Can I get the band is back together? Let's take solace in that.
The boys are back in town.
Hell yeah! Steve on the boards, wreaking havoc with the Supreme hat. You can't see him, but we can see him. Number one in your hearts. I think that actually, you guys know what time it is? It's clobbering time. Give me the pipe bombs. It's time. Give them on. Keep them coming. Hold the button. I'm gonna go vote again, and I'll be back.
Vote early, vote often.
Vote early and often.
Tell me when I'm telling
One more of
lies.
those, and give me a boomy. Give me a boomy. Give me a boomy.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
This pipe bomb is brought to you by First Class Second Place Podcast. You can get that wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes, indeed.
Beer Pong Sports.
Hey.
Get that wherever you get your podcasts. And we got to pull up. I'm waiting for that crossover episode.
That's
Just
right.
let me know.
We still got to do that.
We will make that happen. Of course, New Roads Media. Get that wherever you get your podcasts and sports talks. And, of course, Bravery Studios, the home base. Boys, let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it. I mean, that's what we do on this show in this country. Jack Nicholson voice. The Cowboys are in a soft rebuild. They're in a soft rebuild. They're not in a full rebuild. All right, Des, you know what that's all about, and both of you guys know what that's all about too. The fact that they signed CeeDee Lamb, they signed Dak Prescott, they will sign Micah Parsons. They're not going to trade him. Dan Orlovsky, sorry, another hot take fail. Sorry. They have Trey Diggs still under contract, and they've got still a young core in place. So you don't do a rebuild when you have a quarterback; you have your core in place. But nothing they did. I kind of changed my mantra with not just sports but with life coming into a couple years ago. What you say means nothing. What you do means everything. I live by that. That's a bar. Give me a Don DeMarco for that. Give me a Don DeMarco.
U-Goboy now streaming all digital platforms.
All digital platforms. What you say means nothing. What you do means everything. And nothing Jerry Jones did backed up what he said in terms of all in.
B-A-R-S.
Bars. Big bars. No, he said all in. He was talking about all in for 2025. Yeah. He damn sure wasn't talking about 2024. On the previous episode, Mongo, and Jason was there as well. Mongo threw out the question, what's the point of this season? The point of this season is 2025. That's the point of this season. Nothing with this roster, with this coaching staff, with this strategy caters to 2024. Nothing. And we talked about the Mingo. We trolled with the Mingo trade. The guy has as many touchdown passes as all of us sitting at this table.
Damn.
You ain't gonna tell me when I'm telling lies? Like this guy is a project. He's a project. He was a second or fourth round pick, I believe, of the Panthers. He was at the bottom of their depth chart on a bad football team, and he's gonna come to the Cowboys and revamp life for a team that's bottom at the barrel in every major offensive statistical category. No, that's not the case. After the Green Bay loss, We talked about it. We were texting during the game. Mongo even asked me. He's like, "Yo, is he coming back? Is Mike coming back after this?" I'm just like, I think he's got to be fired. I don't know how they're going to keep him. Rather than doing the right thing, as in firing him there, Jerry Jones decided, I want to fire him the way I fired Jason Garrett. I'm just going to let his contract run out. But my thing is, why waste the whole season to do that? That's my question. Why waste the whole season to do that? And on top of that, I give this front office a lot of crap. What they did in the offseason last year, Brandon Cooks, Stephon Gilmore, we gave them 2 thumbs ups on this show. Did a great job and whatnot. Once they lost to Green Bay in that playoff game, the way they lost as the 2 seed, they were 1 game outside of the 1 seed. They couldn't get 1 playoff win. The front office made up their mind right then and there, we're done with this guy. We're done with this guy. We're not going to help him anymore. We're not going to trade. We're not going to re-sign any impact free agents. We're done with him. So we're going to let your contract run out. And again, so if you think about the CD re-signing, the Dak re-signing, the future Micah Parsons re-signing, that's all for 2025. It's all, and instead of getting Derrick Henry, they got old man Zeke from Life, and they got Dalvin Cook from Life, from the retirement community like the Sopranos. And I'm telling you, when this season's over, all the mics are going. Mike Zimmer, Mike McCarthy, Mike Epps, Michael Myers, Michael Imperioli, Jersey Mikes, Mike and Ikes. All the mics are going. They're going, bro. You're not a part of the long-term plans of this team because you're still running a playbook from the 2000 season with the Saints, your future team and former team. You're gone. You're gone. It's over. And you guys saw the highlight of him slamming the headset, slamming the surface, after the 4th down failure. Who's calling plays? You are. What are you slamming it for? Why are you mad? Who are you mad at, bro? You called a jet sweep on a 4th down to your your wide receiver. And you're mad? You asked for this. You wanted Kellen Moore gone, and rightfully so. He's thriving for now in Philly, but we'll see how that goes. You know what I mean? But what problems? Only. No, like Mike is using the same playbook from 2010 with the Packers. It's the West Coast offense. Andy Reid uses the West Coast offense. What did Andy Reid? You know what? I probably got to upgrade this thing because I got the best quarterback in football and a great tight end too, and a great offensive mind with me. You know what? I should probably upgrade to use pre-snap motion, at snap motion. I've got to make the West Coast offense look like the iPhone 16. My man Mike McCarthy's still using the Motorola Razr. It's outdated, bro. Your offense is outdated. Mike Zimmer, you're no different, bro. You're still using the flip phone too.
That's such an insult to the Razor, by the way.
Hey, the numbers don't lie, damn it.
Savage.
It's bad. It's bad there, bro. It's bad. My question to you guys before I pass it off: how bad is it? Is it as bad as it seems, or is there a light at the end of the tunnel? By the way, this pipe bomb was brought to you by the U-Goboy podcast as well as Bravery Studios.
I mean, I look at it for the Cowboys, right? I'm going back to that clip of watching Dak on national TV. Mouth, we suck.
We
right?
effing suck. Yes,
right?
Facts.
And he's getting fined for that.
Yeah.
No question.
Oh yeah. He can afford it.
He got his bag.
But you know what? At the same time, it's tough when you had expectations going into the season of what things should have been. But when you saw on paper, this team was maybe just supposed to make the playoffs, maybe hit a wild card. And go on a run from there. So, we got to scale back expectations, obviously. And like you said, you got to start planning for 2025 because you're going the next 4 games without Dak. And then, I got to pull up you guys' schedule again, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good to end the year. And I also want to address what you said earlier about why not get rid of McCarthy so far. Dallas is one of those franchises that's older, and they still go by the rules of we're going to let this guy finish out.
Yeah.
And it's much respect to it to a certain point, but at the same time, you guys do need to hit the reset button of just the offensive mindset of how you need to move forward and get with the times. That's what it is. Because, you guys relied heavy before on the run game, and it worked for you. That's what opened up the passing game. But now, nobody's afraid of that run game. So you got to find a way going into next season. But good luck with the Band-Aid that you got for the rest of this season. Just like us, it's going to be tough. But, hey, You just got to get through it.
They got the two old men from the Muppets running the football right now.
Yo.
It's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad.
Not only that, but I'm actually surprised with everything being, outdated and, getting those two running backs. I'm actually surprised that Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, and Emmitt Smith are not on the roster right now. That's how they're trying to run it back.
Zeke played with Emmitt. Pretty sure he did. Sure runs like it. Same with Dalvin.
Yeah. So to answer your question, is it bad? Yes, but I will say that I expected this because last year I really thought that the Cowboys had a very great chance to at least make it to the Super Bowl. They looked like a solid team, and I was hoping that all the flaws and everything that always happens, deja vu was actually going to be different this time because Dak was playing out of his mind. He was going after his bag, and he wanted a point to prove. Now he got his bag, hasn't been able to stay healthy. But as soon as you guys lost that playoff game to Green Bay, and we already knew it. You said it on your YouTube channel.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
You said on your YouTube channel
that
they should have fired Mike McCarthy right then and there. He's a lame duck coach. We all know that. I'm not telling any tales out of school. So I already knew that this season was a wash. And you guys were just preparing for 2025. And thank God you guys got Will McClay, but unfortunately you still have Jerry Jones calling the shots.
Yeah. And good take, by the way.
Thank you.
Well done. Before you bring it home, what I will say to put a button on that as well, again, we talked about it too on the last episode. We had a great episode. Wish you were there, bro. Jason was there for that one as well. Culture. The culture in Dallas right now is the owner. Jerry Jones is our culture. Man. And that's fundamentally wrong.
Yeah.
When you think of the team, you don't think of the team. You think of the owner. You think of him yelling at people on the radio.
Yeah, I was just going to say
spewing nonsense, making false promises, saying all in. They use the contracts of CD and Dak to be a distraction for them not doing anything in the offseason.
That's true.
And to me, that was egregious. Like, we all knew this. We all follow football. We all know the real. You have to upgrade your roster. It doesn't matter how good you were the previous season. Every year, it's an arms race.
Yeah.
It is an arms race. And all the best teams, Buffalo made a trade, Ravens made a trade, Chiefs made a trade. Everyone made trades. The Lions made a trade. Everybody
Jets made a trade.
Jets made a trade.
All the good teams have potential.
All the top teams made trades, and you didn't. You didn't do anything. The Mingo trade is a futures pick. This is like freaking baseball. He's playing in a futures game. Which
he's Jason Dominguez.
Yeah, exactly. So your plan coincides with a soft rebuild. It doesn't coincide with competing now. And the all-in was a lie. We said it. That was a lie. Tell me when I'm telling lies. That was a lie from top to bottom. And it's playing out now in 4K.
And I'm really sorry, Des, but the only reason you guys are not at the bottom of the division is because your quarterback is not Daniel Jones.
Oh, Dom DeMarco.
Respectfully, yeah.
Respectfully. He's not going to fight back for that. He's
Dom DeMarco.
fight for that, man.
I just feel bad for kicking him while he's down. But I'm a Jets fan, so I choose violence every day. So,
It could be worse. It could be Zach Wilson. Savage. That's a savage. Mongo, bring it on home, and then we'll keep it moving.
So to answer your question directly, on the field, this is rock bottom.
Facts.
And the reason why is because, Alvin Kamara punches you in the gut. You play a Detroit,
He's still running. He's still running,
right?
Still running.
You play a Detroit Lion team that has 5 tackles, all who can throw and catch touchdowns. You're just out-talented. It is what it is. But when you play Atlanta, who the best word I can use to describe their approach is surgical. A team that will either outsmart you or you will outsmart, and you get absolutely gut punched by that. That's a problem. That means you are undisciplined. That means you are just simply losing the X's and O's game, and it means you're either your team has given up on your coach or your coach. I say it every time we do predictions on the show, right? The Falcons 100% of the time, 50% of the time, right?
Facts.
If you can't outcoach effectively a coin flip team, you're in trouble. So in terms of that's rock bottom. I almost would have rather have lost to, if you played a lowly, if you played the Jags and lost because ETN went for 250 yards. Give me that over just losing to a team that outsmarted you. That's not that smart of a team. Now, in terms of what's coming on the field, you get a blessing in disguise here with Dak being out. Best thing for the Cowboys right now, just to quietly close this season.
Facts.
Whether that
Facts.
be with 2 wins, 3
Facts.
wins, 4 wins, it doesn't matter. But with things like, Zeke getting in trouble, with things like Dak with his lip reading there, things of that nature.
Facts.
This can get way, way worse. off the field
And the
before you
Cowboy-
get to the end of the season. Just get to the end at this point. That's your goal. Just end this year.
Right. And the Cowboys have been able to do something that they haven't been able to do in years. They've been able to shut up Stephen A. Smith. He hasn't been able to troll. He hasn't been able to talk his nonsense. He has no time to waste on the Cowboys.
It doesn't work when they're bad.
Right.
The clown act does not work when they're bad. Like, what are you trolling over? They're bad. They're not good. You want a cookie? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So, but no, you guys summed it up best. I mean, it's gonna be interesting this offseason. This team, this coaching staff. There will be changes. There will be changes, and to your point too. Before we move on about a team basically quitting on a coach, I've seen this before. I remember when they quit on Wade Phillips. I remember it was a Sunday night game against the Packers. Something about the Packers. I don't know what it is, like a curse or whatever. Wade was fired the very next day. I was still in college. I think they had lost like 6 or 7 in a row. And you talked about their schedule. They've got the Eagles coming up. They got the Texans coming up. They got the Commanders coming up. and they're with 3 straight. They got 3 straight losses now. If they get to 6 consecutive losses, Mike might not survive.
Good point.
We might be having Al Harris as the coach for the Thanksgiving Day game against you guys.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. You know what I mean? But Dallas, your season's over, and it's 2025, and Bill Belichick, hey, buddy, how you doing? What's up? Give me some tell me when I'm telling lies, man. That was a hell of a pipe bomb.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Pipe bomb.
So we got to talk about, we briefly talked about them. We got to talk about the kings of the league right now, the Lions. Round of applause once more time for the Fighting Dan Campbells. They rule not just the NFC, they rule the NFL right now. They do. I know the Chiefs are undefeated. They needed an overtime game at home to beat Baker Mayfield, whatever that's all about. You know what I mean? But I think the Lions are the most balanced team. They're most balanced offense. Their defense is getting better. Their defense was their Achilles heel for most of the season, in my opinion. I mean, again, Baker lit them up too. You know, he's an equal opportunity. What's something about Baker? I don't know what's gotten into him lately.
And they're so likable. Like, even if you're not, if you never rooted for the Detroit Lions or even knew that Detroit had a football team, they're just a very likable team. Like they're the team that are the underdogs that you want to see them win.
Yep.
That's who they are, and that goes back to what we were saying earlier. Culture is important.
Dan Campbell came in there, and it was a complete Jenny Jones makeover. He was like, "Yo, we got you guys. You guys are losers, but you're not losers just because you're bad and don't have talent. You're losers because you're losers up here. So I'm gonna treat you guys like champions. I'm gonna treat you guys like winners. You know what I mean? And I've seen it before. It was pretty shitty in Dallas before Jimmy Johnson got there in 1989. You know what I mean? So I've seen this movie before, and it's night and day right now. The Lions are they're for real.
Yeah.
We called this. We called this with the Fighting Dan Campbells 2 years ago. We said they're coming, and they're here.
So you saw them coming. I'm very big on, the season starts for the most part draft night.
Facts.
When I saw this past draft, how excellent Detroit drafted, I was in awe. Between the depth that they put in the secondary, which is very underrated. Matter of fact, it's one thing to talk about draft picks, right? You got a guy, Kirby Joseph. I think he's currently tied with Xavier McKinney for at least 7 interceptions this season.
And had a pick 6.
It's getting real. And in Detroit,
What a terrible throw.
Awful throw. Yeah.
But they're coming together. I respect it. I really do hope that they end up in the Super Bowl. I think they're going to end up playing a team like Kansas City if they get that far. And then from there, hopefully they can, break the curse. Because if you're going to face Patrick Mahomes, everybody knows it's hard to go against the GOAT. So, yeah, I'm praying for Detroit.
I think like the video. I think a Lions-Ravens Super Bowl would, first of all, that'd be the blackest Super Bowl in history.
Man. I'm throwing the craziest cookout yet.
Lord have mercy. I can smell the ribs from here,
Family reunion style.
Lord. Don't worry, Mongo, you're invited.
I might just drink Hennessy again. Man.
Golly.
3-1-3 against the world.
The Super Bowl will be sponsored by Hennessy, by freaking Casamigos.
Oh, man.
every barbecue shack in Detroit, in freaking in the DMV area.
Mom spaghetti.
Lord, oh my God! But I've learned my lesson. I'm not picking against Patrick Mahomes. I'm not.
Can't do it.
I'm not doing that.
Can't do it, man.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it until I see someone slay him. Until I see Baltimore or see Baltimore, Buffalo, Houston. Until I see them behead the king, he is the king.
Yeah.
He just is. And again, he packed them up last year. Patty went to Baltimore, packed them up. Went to Buffalo, packed them up. Packed them up like brown paper bag first day of school lunches. And then went to the Super Bowl and packed up Brock Montana. That's what he does. That's what he does. Just saying.
It's ridiculous. When was the last time that they actually got an L? It's been over a year already.
I think the last team that beat them were the Raiders, I think. In Kansas City.
Right.
Yeah, I believe so.
Division
I
game.
think
That don't surprise me.
I believe so. I think I don't think Devontae played in that game.
He probably didn't. That was off of AP's energy completely.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
Or if he did, no, he did play. I had him in fantasy. He didn't do anything that week. But no. So it's Detroit underneath. How big is the gap between Detroit and Philly, Minnesota, and Tampa Bay? And I guess, throw in Mongo's favorite team, Atlanta. Throw them in there, too. How big is the gap between Detroit and everybody else in the NFC?
Well, you know what's crazy? That tier, they're all, even though they're in the same area, you got Philly that's just not getting consistency back, getting back healthy and getting on the stride. Minnesota, shout out to Sam Darnold, who would have thought we would have seen a quarterback of his caliber and what he's gone through.
Didn't want to let him go.
Former Jet,
Didn't want to let him go.
He had to take a different path.
I blame Adam Gase and nobody else.
The great Adam Gase.
The great pumpkin.
Can't wait.
And then the same thing for Tampa, too. Tampa's got a situation where, two of their top receivers got hurt, but at the same time, it didn't stop Baker from going out there and slinging the ball. So, I mean, that criteria of these NFC teams trying to get up to where Detroit is, I still don't see exactly yet. Maybe I give it to Philly just because they got the advantage with the strong run game. I guess shout out to Saquon Barkley. I'm starting to come around and have a little understanding.
Not me. He's dead to me.
It's definitely
You were so petty last episode.
I was very.
No.
But he's playing so well and he's helping this team. He really boosted them up because before their run game was by committee, but now it's one of those wow, you got Saquon here, you got AJ here, you got Devontae here, Goddard when he's healthy, Jalen can still run. They're still a little scary, but at the same time, like I said, they got to get back into their consistency because they have some flaws too. But I think Detroit is well past them, honestly. Detroit has to beat themselves at this point.
Facts.
That's really what
Don
it is.
DeMarco and Don Cannon as well.
I basically agree with everything you said, and I'll just add this as a caveat that you got all this talent on Philly, but what's going to be their Achilles heel is the coaching.
Facts.
The coaching is
Tell me
what's
when I'm
gonna
telling
kill
lies.
them.
That's a good way to put it.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Sirianni is the most punchable man in the NFL. Kellen Moore, your favorite OC of all time.
Kellen Less.
Yeah.
Kellen Less. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Kellen D'Antoni. Yeah.
Saquon is the biggest deodorant for the Philadelphia Eagles right now. That's about it. But it's going to run out soon.
Yeah, I mean, their coaching matters. I don't trust Nick
Just ask the
Sirianni.
Jets.
I just don't. We'll get to you guys. I don't trust Sirianni in a big game. I just don't. They're winning in spite of him. And I've seen this before. I've seen teams win in spite of their head coach. You guys remember Wade Phillips?
Yes.
You guys remember Jason Garrett? You guys remember Todd Bowles? You guys remember Adam Gase? You guys remember that? All right, cool. You guys remember Pat Shermer? Bob McAdoo? Ben McAdoo?
Joe Judge.
Joe Judge?
Fighting Joe Judges.
Fighting Joe Judges. You were fighting with Joe Judge.
Yes.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Yeah. That's
Guilty.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I got to jump in here because
You got to. You're bringing it home.
I'm going none of the above here because you missed something important. But before I do, remember when Dave was on with us during the summer, just real quick, because
Shout out to Dave
Shout out to
Sturchio.
Sturchio.
Shout out to
I
Sturchio.
rarely get anything right on the show, but I said something during the summer, and he looked at me like I was crazy. If you remember, I said that the Eagles have put together an offense that is Sirianni-proof.
Yes, he did.
And he looked
Tell
at me
me
like
when
I
I'm
was
telling
nuts. And I
lies.
just got to take a minute to say, so far, so good on that phrase. But
Tell me when I'm
hey,
telling
real quick,
lies.
in 2 words or less, around the horn here, real quick. 2 words or less, and I say that specifically because of the words you have to say. Who you got winning the West in the NFC?
The NFC West?
Yeah.
I think the Avengers are still going to pull it out somehow. I don't trust the Cardinals. I don't think Kyler Murray's good. I just don't. I think he's really overrated. And God, Gino.
Around the horn, two words or less.
49ers, yeah.
2 words or less.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, all right, I'll take those 2 words. You get where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
And there's a real chance they limp in as the 4, but with the Packers and Vikings not being allowed to be the 2 or the 3, there's a chance that the Niners can avoid playing the Lions in the second round.
Facts.
Because of the way that lines up. And the thing is, the Niners, I mean, they've been injured, and they have a real unfortunate schedule this year in terms of how often they have to play, where they have to play, when they have to play, and everything.
First place schedule.
Right. And so once you get to the playoffs, though, nobody has a friendly schedule outside of the 1 seed. And so if I'm the Lions, the team I'm most concerned about is running into the Niners, to be quite honest. So if the Niners can get to that 4 seed, that's where I'm scared. I think the Lions have a pretty clear path to the NFC Championship game. But if that's against the Niners, that's where I'm ready to say it's a push.
Yeah.
I'm ready to say they can get to that final weekend. They can get to the Niners. What happens from there? Again, we're going to talk about it. I think we're going to talk about it with the Yankees in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Pedigree matters. You look at that Lions team, and you look at, Jameson Williams unable to avoid getting suspended every year. There's no real experienced veteran on that team. A guy who you look at and go, that guy knows how to get there. Meanwhile, everyone on the Niners has been there. And I think that's going to matter. And so if I'm a Lion fan, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about running into the Niners.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. Like the video.
Lies.
The most important Avenger is their Captain America is Christian McCaffrey. It's not
Who is
Debo
back this week.
Exactly. And mind you, they don't have Ayuk for the rest of the year, so they're already compromised. But their most important Avenger is still Christian McCaffrey. Their entire playbook changes with him not in the lineup. He comes back. Both of the Achilles, both of the Achilles, if they can hold up, and he plays, and he'll be rested, that's for sure, he'll be fresh. If he's anywhere near what he's been the past 2 years, you're right. They get their pieces back, they're still a threat because they can play defense, they can run the football, and when Kyle's not blowing leads, they still got the play caller. You know what I mean? And been there, done that. They know how to win ugly and win certain games on the road or whatnot. As long as you pack a lunch pail with a run game and a defense, you can beat anybody in this league. Right. You know this for a fact because both of those Super Bowls with Eli, you guys packed both of those.
Thank you, sir.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I'm with you on that. Like if the Avengers get him back, watch out. I don't think they'll beat Patrick Mahomes, but that's not it. That wasn't the question.
As someone who has been in Kansas City every week for the 2.5 years we've been doing this, that wasn't the question.
Mongo's really a Chiefs fan. He's not a Jets fan.
I have what we call common sense.
I didn't know you were a Taylor Swift fan either.
All right, so Mongo, do you have a pipe bomb before we wrap up football? We got one more football segment, but do you have a pipe bomb real quick?
No, to be quite frank, and you can piggyback on this. The Jets have broken me. I got to be quite honest. I have no pipe bomb.
Play the sad music, Steve. Play it.
I don't know if I'm angry. I don't know how to feel. They are now 3-6. They're in 10th place in the AFC.
But you guys won.
I don't want to win.
Stop it.
They are in the middle of nowhere, and here's the problem. The Bills are in, right? We agree the Bills have won this division.
Yes.
The Chiefs are in. I think that's safe. I think you have to call the Ravens in with the addition of Deontay Johnson.
I guess.
think they're going to catch the Steelers. I'll put them in. The Texans are already at 6 wins. Giants, Patriots, Titans, and Jags on the schedule. That's going to be 10 wins. And that's already, the Jets can't catch that, right? So now you're at 4. Now you're fighting for, if you're trying to make the playoffs, there's 3 spots left. You have the Steelers, the Broncos, the Bengals, and the Chargers in front of you, and they literally all play each other. And on top of that, you got the Bengals get to play the Browns and the Cowboys. The Chargers get the Titans and the Raiders. The Broncos get the Raiders. There are some easy wins in there for everybody. So the odds of even catching them are astronomical. And even if you find a way to get up to that level, the Broncos have the tiebreaker. There are tiebreakers in there that are going to be. The Steelers have the tiebreaker. So that's a nightmare as well. The one path you have, let's say somehow 3 of those teams, let's say the Broncos lose to all 3 of those teams, and somehow can't beat the Raiders, can't beat the Cowboys, just fade to everybody. I think it's the Cowboys. It's a very winnable NFC game, whatever they have.
Yeah.
But let's say somehow they fade. Well, here's the problem. The Colts are a game ahead of you. They have 3 games left against the Titans and Jags. And guess what? They have the Jets. And so, as far as I'm concerned, this Cardinal game next week, is important because so for the Jets, meanwhile, right, real quick, 3-6, right? I know we all hate the win-loss game, but let's just do this real quick. 3-6. You have 3 against the NFC West. The Rams and Seahawks come to you. Cardinals on the road. They can never beat the Broncos or Raiders on the road, so I have to be skeptical. Let's call that 2-1. Let's call that a generous 2-1. Split with the Dolphins, which again is generous. Let's call that 3-2. Lose to the Bills, 3-3. Let's say they can beat the Cardinals and the Colts. You're 5-3. You're only going 8-9. So that means the Colts, who are at 4, only need to find 4 wins if they beat the Jets, 5 wins if they don't beat the Jets, and that's assuming everything somehow one of those other teams collapses. The math is just not mathing. There's just not enough. If I'm a Jet fan, which hey I am, my hope against hope here, I want them to lose to the Colts. So then there's no doubt. If they lose to the Colts in 2 weeks, you can literally just bench everybody. You can end it. Even if you accidentally beat the Cardinals, you can just go 4-13 and coast into a nice draft pick. But if they beat the Colts in 2 weeks, that is doomsday because then they're going to think they have a chance because the teams in front of them are teams that matter in terms of the standings. And they just the math is not there to be had. There are too many, inner games between that 5 through 10 spot or 5 through 9 spot because they're the 10. And at this point, lose to the Colts. That's what I want for Christmas, Santa. I want the Jets to lose to the Colts. Help me out.
Like the video. Sizzle. Haven't forgotten about you down there, buddy. The New York Football Giants. I actually have a stat I pulled up just for you on here. You blame 2007, okay? You stole our damn Super Bowl, damn it. You stole it. You stole it. Actually, Wade Phillips stole it, but you stole it too.
Gannon.
So as you look for it, right?
Yeah.
Real quick.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so the 2-7 or worse start for the Giants is the 6th time that's happened in the last 8 years. You guys have started 2-7. Give me 10 savages, because that's savage.
Savage.
I got another stat for you.
The floor is yours.
This game going into Germany on Sunday, for the first time in about 24 or 25 games, we are the favorite.
Oh. Give me a Dom DeMarco.
Sorry.
That
caught me off guard.
Pillsbury.
Honestly, I'm at a point watching Giants games, and I'd watch that Commanders game too. No. I want to go back to the Monday night game versus Pittsburgh.
Oh, Lord.
Right? When I tell you,
Yes, Lord.
the defense had stepped up, and Bobby Okereke had the forced fumble. Everybody's calling me like, "Oh, you guys got a chance." I said, "Watch this."
But wait, there's less.
But wait, there's more.
Savage.
And of course, we could not convert in the red zone. So you know what? I'm at a point with New York Giants football. I'm ready for y'all to just keep playing Daniel Jones. Let him keep embarrassing us this season. So you can finally, at the end of the season, say, good riddance.
Give me a Chris Tucker.
Emotional damage.
Give me a Chris Tucker. Give me a Chris Tucker. I was waiting for that.
I'm so calm about it. I don't get upset about it anymore.
Is this what you want?
It's just time for us to be in that top realm of a draft pick. And let's move on with our lives. Kim Ward, I'm talking to you, buddy. Come on down. That's where I'm at with it.
I'm excited because the Giants and Cowboys will be picking back-to-back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in the top 5.
For real.
Like, for real. I remember the last time we were, 2016, we picked number 4 overall.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
So
I remember that.
We'll be up there.
Yeah.
Draft party, your place?
Hey, come on over.
Hey, on location.
I gotta warn all 3 of us, right? Actually, all 4 of us, right? Hey, the Saints.
Hi, nice to meet you.
The Saints are doing this right. The Saints are going to out-tank all of us.
Oh yeah,
Fear the Saints. They really understand that. They get the game here.
The Saints and Panthers have figured it out.
Just look at Michael Thomas's Twitter feed. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. And don't worry, Mike McCarthy, you'll be with the Saints next year, so it doesn't matter. Homecoming, baby. Full circle moment. But before to put a button on this, Jason, I want to ask you something real quick. Mm-hmm. In the AFC, you've got obviously Patty Mahomes. We're all living in his world. You got Buffalo, you got Baltimore, you got the Texans. I'm just going to leave it at those three. The AFC South doesn't count outside of the Texans. All right, so I don't assume the Jags are going to sneak in or the Titans are going to sneak in. Who, I'm not going to say he's going to beat them or dethrone them. I'm not going to play that game and fool myself again. Who would you be excited to watch the Chiefs play in an AFC Championship game?
The Ravens. I think that
even though we just had that last year.
We did have that, but you know what?
New Ravens, though.
Yeah, Derrick Henry.
That might be the difference maker this time around. Yeah,
Derrick Henry, Zay
agree with
Flowers. I just think it's going to be more exciting. I think that the Texans are a fraudulent 6-3 team. I mean, they're above 500, but they're fraudulent. They have so many flaws. And granted, they also have injuries, but either way, I just think that it's a wash year for them. But I really would like to see the Ravens because I feel like they have the right coach, they have the right culture, they have the right players, and they fight with a vengeance. Whenever they're up and down, whenever they're underdogs, whether they win or lose, they don't quit. And I think that they could. I don't know if they're going to be Kansas City, but I would say that it would not be as easy for Kansas City as it would be. It's not going to be a wash. It's not going to be a preseason game. They're gonna escape with some scars at the end of the game.
Get those Ric Flairs going. Good take. Great take, man. Great take. I think it'd be a great matchup.
Absolutely.
It would be. It's not going to be in Baltimore this year. It's going to be Kansas City. I'll tell you that much right there.
Well, I want Baltimore also because I want to be invited to the cookout. Hey, come on.
Listen, I want that Detroit-Baltimore Super Bowl. It's not going to happen. But
Can't wait.
Barbecue's still good in Kansas City.
it is. Burnt ends in Kansas City, 10 out of 10. Just saying.
As much as we're talking about it, there's no way you have Baltimore versus Detroit in February during Black History Month. Do you know what will happen? That it's not. It's
Dom DeMarco.
Life can't be that simple.
I'm just gonna turn off my mic, man.
The script.
We'll see you all in a few minutes.
The script writers are eating mac and cheese while they're creating that. Okay, boys, we got about 10 minutes left. We got to talk about the World Series.
Why?
Yeah, we have to. we have to. There's a reason why I didn't buy that particular hat. I was tempted.
I feel like a fool.
I was tempted.
Don't get me wrong.
I only buy Yankee World Championship winning merchandise. I don't buy ALCS pennant merchandise. I don't buy postseason merchandise. They gotta win the chip for me to spend my chips on the merchandise.
So I just need 15 seconds before we start.
Go
when I copped this particular cap, I was on my way to Virginia to celebrate my 10 years graduating from college.
Round of applause for that.
Thank you. And I'm thinking that Thursday night, we played Friday. I'm going to be sitting up with some of the people I haven't seen in 10 years, drinking champagne. So, the Yankees in the World Series. Man, I'm ready to talk about it. Let's go.
I'll kick it off. Then I'm going to pass it no-look style like Mike Magic Johnson. To my main man, Mongo. Yo. Game, you know what I'm talking about, too. They lost this series in game one.
Yeah.
They lost it in game one.
Freddie Freeman killed the Yankee season right there.
I'm going to take it a step further. Aaron Boone killed him right there. Because Nestor Cortez, we were texting when it was happening. Because I was coming home from a Wizard game, and I'm just like, why isn't Tim Hill facing these lefties? Mm-hmm. Tim Hill basically carried you through the ALDS and ALCS. All the key lefties. It was Tim Hill. Nestor Cortez hadn't pitched in September. What the hell is he doing out there? I know he was good for an inning or so, but no. Give me the guy that's been doing it. Aaron Boone wet the bed in game one because every game that Cole pitched, we both said it, they got to win. If Cole pitches, they got to win.
Right.
And funny enough, they lost the first one with Cole, they lost the last one with Cole. And it wasn't Cole's fault.
No,
it
for
wasn't.
7 innings, he was cooking.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
And you took Cole out at 88 pitches. Why?
It's the
Why?
analytics. We always come back to this. It always comes back to the analytics. You can't sway me other way. It's the analytics. They're saying, okay, 88 pitches, take him out. Let's go to the next one. This is the World Series. Mathematics don't work in the playoffs or in the World Series. Go with your gut. Go with America's pastime. Stop going with the math. I hate math. I don't even want it in the game that I love.
Close the damn binder. Go with your gut, which was what you were doing the whole postseason up to that point. 88 pitches. He's got to be at 105 and then tap himself out. Hell no, bro. It's the World Series.
Yeah.
They lost it. They lost it right there. They lost it right there.
So Aaron Boone is not getting that apology anytime soon.
Hell no. Hell no. You gonna pass this off to Mongo.
I'm gonna do that Kevin James meme.
Mongo.
So-
where did it go wrong?
So I'll get to that in a second. But Tim Hill's not pitching there, according to Aaron Boone, because he doesn't like the matchup with Mookie Betts. Just a quick friendly reminder. He walked him. He walked Mookie Betts anyway. So if the matchup was possibly not going to happen, why does that matter? You are covering your butt. Please try to not be so incredibly hollow when you are in front of us. It degrades us. It degrades you. Bad look. But to me, the what bothers me even more there is, and I said this, Jason, when you were with us last time,
right.
I said that, you had asked about the Aaron Boone apology tour, and I said that the problem here, why it's not going to happen, is Aaron Boone's the aggressor, David Roberts was the reactor.
Facts.
And the problem here is Aaron Boone would not accept the fact you're starting that inning. You have one prerogative. Don't get to Ohtani.
Facts.
So you have 3 guys before him. Here's an idea. If you bring in the guy who's one of the top 5 ground ball guys in baseball, even if somebody gets on, the odds are you can wipe that guy out. But that's not how Aaron Boone was thinking. And there are some of you out there who might say, well, he was thinking with the win in mind. That you can't do that against the Dodgers. You can't do that against a team that has way more guys with World Series rings, with a manager who's done this before. They have the pedigree. You can't outsmart them in terms of getting through crunch time in the playoffs. It didn't work. But to answer your question directly, this was systemic failure.
Facts. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Game 1
Facts.
is on the manager. Game 2
Tell me when
is on
I'm
the starting
telling
pitcher on the
lies.
offense. Game 3 is on the offense. There's basically starting in 3 going into 4, into 5. There's failure in the bullpen. It's up and down. There's just nothing. Going back to football real quick, I see week after week Giant fans on my social media just going, well, this is easy. You just get rid of Daniel Jones, right? There's a clear problem, right? Don't fire, Dable. Don't fire the GM.
No. This thing's bigger than Nino Brown. This thing's bigger than Nino Brown. Just saying.
But at least we can all agree where to start. This is systemic. This is a problem, and hopefully we'll get a chance here to talk about where you can go from here by the end of this. But the bottom line is, top to bottom, they were just outplayed. They were beat. They were playing a team that had more experience in this situation. They were playing a team that was deeper. They were playing a team with a better manager, and it was just systemic failure.
Like the video. And that game 5 hurt.
Boo me.
That's gonna keep me up at night.
Love me.
And the fact
hate
that
me.
how the Dodgers have been trolling the Yankees ever since it pretty much lets you know what the entire league is thinking about the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Clown show.
Big clown show. Big bozo energy. I mean, that game 5. You're up 5-0. You've got the best pitcher on the planet. Call a spade a spade. Like, the Dodgers don't have anybody that's as good as Cole. There's no one in this tournament that had a pitcher Cole's caliber. Nobody. No, Glasnow included, even though he didn't pitch, he was hurt or whatnot.
Ohtani was hurt.
Ohtani was hurt. Ohtani was a non-factor, really.
It was a non-factor.
Freddie Freeman, real quick. I hopefully we all heard the story, but Freddie Freeman was not sure if he could play in the World Series because his ribs were injured, and he told his dad before the World Series. You see this? He told his dad, "It only hurts when I miss. Guess I better just not miss." That's what you're playing against.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're up 5-0 with King Cole, And when the judge drop in center field, what the hell was that all about?
What
the hell was that all about?
That's a catch a dad with a baby in the stands makes routinely.
Facts.
I just want to put that into perspective.
Facts. The ground ball, and on top of that, Cole gets back-to-back strikeouts. They had the bases loaded with nobody out, if I'm not mistaken. Back-to-back strikeouts, dribbler, weak contact to first base. What the hell is Rizzo and Cole doing together on that play?
Yeah.
What is going on? You gave the Dodgers six extra outs. 6 extra outs. Of course they're going to come back. Of course they're going to come back.
But when that happened, I want to make Cole take some accountability for
He's
that.
got to. He's got
because
to.
I needed you to put out all the energy. Put it all on the line. At least show me, we might not have had enough, but give me some indication. You know what this feels like. You gonna say to yourself and your team, we're gonna get back here and do it differently.
Facts.
And I didn't feel that game 5. I just felt like they gave up.
Try. Facts.
They had it and just gave up.
Systemic, like you said. Like your team is a reflection of your leadership. Your team is a reflection of your manager, of your front office. And you asked where, like we gotta actually wrap here, but you asked me where they go from here. If the offseason priorities do not start with re-signing Juan Soto, I am not interested. I don't give a damn what their plan is. If it doesn't start with bringing him back, and there are reports that they're talking to Polar Bear, bring him too. Okay. And miss me with the whole luxury tax bullshit. I'm not trying to hear that anymore. The Dodgers got about 4 or 5 guys that are making $400 to $500 million on each of their contracts. Miss me all the way with that. You can sign Soto. You can sign Bregman. You can sign freaking Polar Bear. You can sign whoever they want. If they don't sign them, they're choosing not to.
Yes.
Not because they can't.
Yes.
Not because they can't. So if it doesn't involve at least getting 2 purebred thoroughbreds to go with what you got, it's going to be same bat time, same bat channel. Tell me what's on.
I call them the Los Angeles George Steinbrenners. That's what I call
Facts.
them.
Facts. How many $400 million contracts do they have? How many? So, miss me with the we're not sure if we can afford to pay. Come on, bro. There's no salary cap. There's no salary cap. Is there? Am I missing something?
The other thing, and I know we got to wrap, but you look at like a guy like Chris Brazier, won one with the Red Sox. Daniel Hudson won one with the Nationals. A bunch of those dudes won one in 2020. I know I'm assuming we're gonna do a show in the future about the Yankee offseason. But this sounds crazy. This is gonna probably make you guys vomit. But guys like assuming you're gonna lose Tommy Kahnle, Clay Holmes, guys like that, you gotta just look down the list of free agent relievers and go, who's done this? David Robertson has a ring. Phil Maton has a ring. Joe Ross has a ring. Not needle movers, but that's what you need in this bullpen right now.
Joe Kelly's got a ring.
Especially if you're going to pay infinity dollars to Soto and you got to find some cheap discounts elsewhere. That's what you need to do. Just look down and go, who's got a ring? Welcome aboard, buddies. You're in.
Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause, round of applause, round of applause. The belt is purposely not here because all our teams suck and it doesn't belong here.
Thank you.
But
I wish you had the Undertaker drop. That'd be perfect.
Nah, I don't want this video to get flagged for copyright. So Steve, please do not play Undertaker. but this is Mongolicious. This is Jason Enrique. He's got the best hair in podcasting. I don't even want to touch it. My hand might blow up. That's the sizzle. Please burn that hat.
I might.
Steve is on the boards. The beard is immaculate. I'm U-Goboy. The hoodies match. We'll be back. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Yahtzee.
Hey, this a vibe, nigga. Whoa. Woo. Secure the bag. I need more. Hey, 3P Jordan. Whoa. Woo. I can't keep it on a low. This a whole vibe. I don't need a plug, no cosign. Thinking out loud, that's a gold mine. Mask on, yeah, COVID-19. Baby mama, yeah, looking like Rihanna. Rest in peace to George, rest in peace Brianna. Still kicking like Van Damme with my niggas in Amsterdam.
You go, boy.
Yahtzee.